Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Michelle here, Nurse Michelle here. In this video, I'm going to share with you guys a story. But before I do that, I want to talk about social media and its toxicity. I feel like people never share their bad news. They never share their lows. They never share their downs. It is like highlight reel. You know, everything positive that is going on in people's lives, that's what we tend to show. And I'm guilty of this. I don't come off and just tell you guys my deepest, darkest secrets. Like, I don't do that. But I feel like it's also necessary to shed a more realistic light onto certain situations. You guys have been with me on this nursing journey, and I consider you guys like a safe place. So, and I also want to encourage other people through my stories to pursue their dreams. So let me get into this story that I'm about to tell you guys. If you guys have been following me on my journey for a while, you know that I have been caught between two different specialties, CRNA and NP. I shadowed CRNAs. I have two videos on here shadowing CRNAs, so I genuinely showed you guys my interest in CRNA. But I'm here to tell you guys that, you know, at one point in my life, I felt like that's where I wanted to be, and that's where I wanted to pursue my graduate degree. But I prayed on it and I asked God, I'm like, God, please show me some signs. And lo and behold, I applied to two CRNA schools and I got rejected from both of them. And I'm telling you guys this story to encourage you, not to discourage you, because I feel like you can also learn from like what my resume looks like, and if you are genuinely passionate about becoming a CRNA, like things that you might need to fix if your resume is similar to mine. So yeah, I applied to two CRNA schools, and I did not get accepted to neither. And you know, I wasn't really bummed, to be honest, because at this point, like, I knew that like it was not for me. And this is like God confirming that like CRNA is not for you, Michelle. But I was genuinely interested in it. But I feel like the motives behind me wanting to become a CRNA was flawed. Like, I honestly, the number one reason why I wanted to pursue CRNA was because of the money. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. Like, I work in the PACU. I work with a ton of CRNAs. Like, I've observed their lifestyle, and you know, they are very affluent. Like, they have nannies. I told you guys this. So I aspired to live that similar lifestyle that they did, but I think my motive into going into CRNA was just really flawed, and not being accepted to it just confirms that that is not where I want to be. And so, yeah, that is the bad news. But I'm going to share with you guys my resume and like the application process and all of that. So here is a generalized requirements list of what most CRNA schools look for in their candidates. At least have an active RN license, a bachelor's of science degree in nursing, at least 1 year of ICU experience, GRE scores, and they say a GPA over 3.0, but we all know that it's way more competitive than that. So I have been a nurse now for 3 years. I did 1 full year in the ICU. I was at a level 1 trauma center in their surgical ICU. So I only spent like 1 full-time year in the ICU. And then after that 1 year, I transitioned into PACU nursing, and then I had a part-time ICU job on the side. And then after that part-time ICU job, I decided to pursue travel ICU nursing. So in total, I would say I had 2 real years of ICU experience. But in my application, the second year didn't really count because I wasn't a full-time ICU nurse. I was part-time, and then I ventured into ICU. And also I had PACU on my resume too, and I don't think schools like to see PACU on CRNA resumes. So I think those were the things that really disqualified me: my years of experience in ICU, and the fact that I was also like PACU nursing. Like, I also did PACU nursing. I'm going to tell you guys my GPA. So my overall GPA with graduating nursing school was 3.59. It's not the best, and I don't think it's the worst either. But to be really competitive as a CRNA, I believe you need at least like a 3.7 or above to be really competitive. And that was not my case. I was really hard on myself when I graduated with a 3.59. Like I was literally zero point 0.1 away from a 3.6 from getting magna cum laude instead of just regular cum laude. I was really hard on myself because I know that I am smarter than that. My first year of undergrad, I got accepted into my nursing program with a 3.8 GPA. So like I'm capable of getting higher grades. It's just that my sophomore year of college, I kind of just was so lazy, did not care about school as much. I was satisfied with getting B's, and that's what really tanked my grades. But after that sophomore year, my junior year, I realized that, Michelle, come on girl, like you can do better than this. And so I literally had 4.0s all throughout my junior year. Into my senior year, I had a 4.0. And then the last semester, I needed one more 4.0 semester to like really bump my GPA up, but one class got me, and I couldn't do it. But I ended up graduating with a 3.59 overall. So you know, it is what it is. But if you are interested in CRNA school and your GPA is around where mine is, I would say probably try to take like another course to help boost you up. That is something that could have done to help make me appear more competitive. Also, another thing with my grade point average is that I needed like A's in these like science heavy classes, and I didn't. I had like an average B in those classes. So that's another thing that the people that reviewed my resume like took into account, that I did not average A's in those like science classes. Like the anatomy, I had a B in anatomy. Microbiology, I had a B. Physiology, I had a B. Biology, I had a B. But like pathophysiology, pharmacology, I had A's in those. Nursing science, like I'm really great at. It was just the prereqs and stuff like that. But yeah, and then another thing that I think disqualified me was my GRE. I think to be really competitive, you needed to have at least 300 or above, and I think like overall my GRE scores amounted to like a 297 or 295. So like I was below that 300 mark, and so that also disqualified me. I'm telling you all of this in hopes that if you are interested in CRNA, you can use me as an example to strive to do better. Get that higher GPA, get those A's in those science classes. Generally have your ICU experience, like don't dibble dabble, like stay on course, and get your ICU experience, preferably like in a level 1 trauma center. They love for their nurses to be at higher acuity hospitals. And then what else did I want to add? Yeah, I think those 3 things really disqualified me. And like I said, if I really wanted it, I mean, a 3.59, I don't think it's a terrible GPA. I would take like Orgo or like other classes to really boost my resume up, but I'm not going that route anymore, and I am at peace with my decision. I wanted to tell you guys this. I could have refrained and not shared this story with you guys, but I chose to do it because I want you guys to use me as an example. I want to encourage you. I want you to work harder if you feel like that's the path you want to go in. Do not make the same mistakes that I made. Get those A's in those classes, and use me as an example basically. And I hope you guys also like find solace in this, because my life is not perfect. Like I know my YouTubes may look like, oh, I'm so successful, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like I've had rejections. I have experienced failures in my life, and up until this point, like I wasn't used to being rejected. For some reason I had favor. I would just always get accepted to things, but in CRNA particularly, like it was just not working. So I'm taking that as my answer from God, and I'm just gonna move on from here. Give this video a thumbs up if it helped you, and leave a comment down here. Chat to me, talk to me. what you guys think, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video.